What's up, everybody? Welcome Squad Squad and welcome to Slav Guns on Tour. We're at SHOT Show 2023 and we're at a booth that I think unofficially won the People's Choice Award, and that is the Senex Arms booth. I'm here with Brandon. Thank you very much for having me here again. So, last year I definitely got some of the most awesome comments on it that people are definitely looking forward to your design. So I guess very high level, what is the product? And then let's talk about what's changed since last year, because people they saw it, were like, oh my God, I need to have it. And then we're slightly disappointed that they couldn't get it this year. Yeah. But it looks like progress has been made. So let's go.
Yeah, so the biggest update is I'm a year wiser now, a year further into this. So last year I got to experience a lot of hurdles that I haven't before, which is fantastic. But so India, I can't really talk about who I'm working with at the moment. However, in May, I got linked up with a very reputable engineer in the industry. By the way, guys, I lost my voice last night. Sorry. So I'm not hitting puberty, I promise. So, anyways, so May we got linked up, worked together, kind of did a tactical pause to do a design review, and then we started working together. But in September, we had to shift gears to finish up the patent. Yeah. So I was on my provisional last year, so we had to get the utility. So we really only have about 5 months of real hardcore updates into it. Some of the bigger updates really has been.
Grab it.
Yeah. So, probably gonna be hard to do without disassembling it. Good thing out for editing, right? So here we're gonna do a quick disassembly here.
So I guess for people who haven't seen last year's video, high level, talk about the product. I mean, it looks like a Bull-Pup. How is it different from a Bull-Pup?
So that's the wonderful thing. It just a Bull-Pup that uses AR-15 components, right? So you got your barrel, your bolt, your gas system, modified trigger system, your grip, magazine. So I kind of like you guys, and I want you to have some caliber options, and I want them to be affordable. Right now, the industry, you're kind of limited to 4 or 5 different calibers, and those conversions are about a third of the cost of the gun. Yeah. And I don't want to do that to you guys. So you can buy your own AR-15 barrel, AR-15 bolt, and just put it in there. So long as it fits in the normal AR-15 upper receiver and normal AR-15 bolt carrier, should be good to go, man. We might have to do some stuff with the springs for different calibers, but we'll figure that out as time comes. Okay. So last year, the model that I had was about 90% SLS 3D printed. This year, it's probably about 50% 3D printed, but all the important stuff, the operating stuff, is in metal, designed for manufacture, so they've been totally spec'd out. So we're making good progress in that. These tolerance stacks take time, man.
Okay. All right, so for those who haven't seen last year's video, and if you haven't, I do suggest watching it, but if you don't want to watch it yet, Brandon, walk us through the rifle, kind of like the main features and how it breaks down.
So main features, we'll start with the charging handle. You can lock it to the rear right there. So make sure it's empty, magazine's gone. Lock it to the rear. I'm just gonna pop this out, rotate 180 degrees, and pull. Barrel comes right out. It's a normal AR-15 barrel. It has my barrel nut on there. The plan is to sell each gun with 2 barrel nuts. Okay. So 1 installed on the barrel, then 1 extra. So when you do your initial caliber change, you don't have to come to me. Okay. I tried to avoid making it with the barrel nut. I couldn't find a way around it, man. Trying to save you guys as much money as possible.
So I guess kind of a better way of thinking about a caliber change is not necessarily buying an existing AR-15, but it would be buying an AR barrel of your choice and buying your barrel nut, and then you'd be able to make it work with this chassis.
Correct, and the appropriate bolt if necessary. Okay. Obviously, if you're going from 5.56 to 50 Bayo, you don't need to worry about that. But the handguard, by the way, this is also quick removes. Okay. So now we're just going to pop the pin here at the front and pull straight off. And you just reverse the process. The handguard and the barrel can come off independently of each other. Okay. So if you want to take the barrel out like I just did, leave the handguard on, you can do that. If you want to take the handguard off and leave the barrel on, you can do that. So
are we doing a quick barrel handguard? Well, a quick change handguard, I guess, if somebody wanted to go a longer one, shorter one, I guess whether we want to do a pistol build, well, I'm sorry, an SBR build, or a regular rifle.
So a couple reasons. So you have those options. I don't want to presume I know what your end goal is, but I want to give you as many options as possible to reach that goal. Another thing is, let me grab this guy. So as you saw me pull the barrel out, I had to get some purchase on there. So if you had it, this is an 18-inch barrel. Overall length is just over 26 inches, right? but there's not a lot of barrel to grab. So you can just remove this handguard, grab your barrel, and pull it out. So you got a lot more purchase on it. So that was the main driver behind doing this, but there's just so many other things that can go into it. So competitive shooters, if they have different setups they might want, or hunters, whatever it might be.
And I guess it kind of in the future, if somebody really wanted to go save more weight, possibly a carbon fiber one could be developed?
I won't speak to that because I don't know.
Okay.
I'm more on the design side and trying to the administrative side at this point. So I got a couple big brains helping me out, figure out materials and what that looks like and whatnot.
So what are the next steps for the gun, and roughly when do you think somebody can possibly expect seeing, I guess, the pre-production or the production samples?
So I'm really hesitant to give any dates. Last year I thought, okay, yeah, I should be ready for pre-orders next year, right? So I'll say this much. By this time next year, I will know when pre-orders will be available, if not beforehand. The engineer I've been working with, he's pretty confident we'll know well before then. I'm trying to give myself some extra lead time so I don't look like an ass 2 years in a row. So
I guess kind of like what are the next steps in development? I mean, like, is it tried and true, or I guess are there like any big questions still outstanding?
So when we get back from SHOT Show, we're going to do our first live fire test. A lot of these parts did not come in until 6 days before SHOT Show, and you just never know how these things are going to go. So I didn't want to live fire it out here and not have something, because I'm optimistic that nothing will go wrong, but it's my luck, you know. So when we get back, we're going to do some live fire test with it. We're going to get some high-speed video of that, do some review. Then we're just going to take another tactical pause and kind of look at some of the things that we liked about this, make those changes for the things that we didn't, and just keep going. So we've been working on the inside out, so it might be a minute before the outside looks to, you know, the standard of what people would expect to have a production gun, but every evolution of this, the insides, the important stuff are getting worked out.
There we go. Very, very cool. So I'm kind of almost like, so you're the brand that people are going to be following to see the evolution and development of. So kind of like you got a little bit pregnant, and now we're going to see it. And we're going to see the gun give birth, hopefully by this time next year.
That is the goal, man. That is the goal.
Very, very cool. So I know one of the things we talked about last year was that you wanted to design this gun to kind of make it affordable, that the common gun owner will be able to afford and buy and enjoy. Is that still the goal, or are you finding, I guess, over the last year that that might not be possible? So
that is the goal, but both things are true. Like that is the goal, but I don't know if it's going to be possible. I don't know what my production costs are going to be. Some of the production costs for the parts that we have done, higher than expected. But some of the parts are actually way lower than I expected, so it might balance out. But as we continue to look at these design for manufacture, these prices will flush out. I'm just too hesitant to give that right now.
Very, very cool. So where can people find more information on the gun? And I guess if you have questions for you, they can leave them as a comment below, or if you want to reach out to you, or possibly if you fell in love with it and they want to help you out.
Yeah, so senexarms.com is the website. I'm most active on Facebook because I'm really bad at Instagram. I keep forgetting it exists. So I'll Instagram better. Right now I only got one post up there. I try to be very responsive in the comment sections to these videos. I appreciate you guys coming out, spend the time to do it, so I do try to engage in the comments. It's a big thank you to you guys for watching and commenting and asking questions. I try to do my best to respond to the web inquiries. I get a lot of them. Sometimes the questions get like repetitive, so I forget if I've answered it or not. So I do apologize, but I'd say probably have about a 90% response rate to emails. Those would be the best places to find me. Sign up for the mailing list too. I'm not going to bombard your inbox. I'm only going to let you know when pre-orders are about to be ready and when they are ready. Aside from that, you're not going to hear from me in the email.
Very, very cool. And I guess, you know, it would be really, really cool is when you go get it firing, you're going to do a live, well, you can't do a live stream on it, but you'll definitely post videos on that.
Probably not the first shots.
When it works.
Yeah, I announced a tentative date. I'm probably not going to say anything public till after it's done firing because, well, you just never know how these things run.
You can do it as a pay-per-view event and see if somebody gets hurt.
Yeah, it's true. So I was talking about doing live fire. I'm like, man, I hope everything goes well. And then, like, in my Facebook feed, like an hour later, it's like 20 inventors killed by their inventions. I'm like, fuck, man. I hope it's not 21.
Awesome. All right. So, Brandon, thank you very much for taking the time and updating us on this gun. I mean, it's definitely been It's a very innovative product and people are looking forward. I mean, it's easy to get behind and definitely looking forward to the progress. As always, let me know what you think and I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions for myself or Brandon on this gun, and would this be something that you're going to be lining up to purchase. And if you haven't seen this gun before, do take a look at the video we did from last year, linked above. As always, thanks for watching, keep on squatting, and we'll see you in the next video, linked up here.